The world is coming to an end. You know, he should have started his prepping a couple months ago. Anyway, Maddie Van Halen, Nashville, Tennessee, which is getting, which at least when this was filmed yesterday, was getting a ton of sleet. Sleet. He couldn't drive at all. He just had to park. He just had to park. Holy cow. Too much sleet, had to pull over and park. Life with icy roads. Maddie Van Halen, Nashville, Tennessee. Should have taken the camera and at least pointed it out the window so we could see it. Like we've never seen sleet before and icy roads and yuck. So yeah, been a really crazy weekend, you know, the Camo Day birthday celebration, and we also celebrated the birthday of you-know-who out there in you-know-where, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And of course, Valentine's Day yesterday, and today's President's Day, so it's a 3-holiday weekend. And anyway, but it's nasty. It's nasty. Texas, too. This is RV Texas Y'all. RV Texas Y'all preparing for the winter blast in Galveston, Texas. Holy cow. So yeah, they got snow down in Houston. They're getting ready. They got some snow in Houston. They're getting snow in at least some snow and some ice in Galveston. Dallas, Austin got a nice storm. So yeah, all the way Padre Island, the whole shebang. Now, nasty cold weather, and they got to prepare hard freeze. You know, I presume they probably get a couple of little, you know. Temperature goes below 32 sometimes during the winter at night down in that part of Texas, but a hard, good, solid freeze for the RV Texas Y'all. All right, we got Rolling Earth Ship Luis in Flagstaff, Arizona, and he is dealing with the slippy and slidey stuff that's coming down there. Man, yeah, you know, he has to literally just camp out in a parking lot because everything is so slippery and slidey, and the UPS truck can't even get up this little hill to get into the parking lot. And then he goes and wants to take a shower, I guess, at the local gym, and he can't do that because there's only one shower thingy dingy open, and the other one is all taped up. And anyway, if you continue watching the video, he gets out of the snow zone, and we get some nice. You know, southern Arizona at least didn't get the snow, although Phoenix did get some sleet a couple weeks ago. But he gets out of that and to warmer climes, and of course, the beauty of the quartzite zone. Anyway, so the day of extremes for Rolling Earth. We got a new one for Pandemonium Aja here. It's kind of the same old, same old. I do like Panda. I've always liked Panda. Aja, Pandemonium. I've always liked her channel. However, you know, it's just the same old stuff. Driving around somewhere in southwestern Arizona, some food, some ATVs, seeing the other dogs. You know, she desperately needs to go somewhere else and get on the road. But I don't know if she's going to do that anytime soon. At least who's on the road? We got Carolyn's RV Life, jaw-dropping, Beartooth Highway. She is in Wyoming and Arizona. Now, these are videos from a while back because it's warm and there's trees and stuff. So these are probably shot sometime during the fall or late summer. But at least she's on the road moving, and she's not just sitting somewhere, you know, like so many of these other nomads are. So at least we got to hand it to Carolyn. She is at least traveling, even if it is a little bit of a time shift. Yeah, right. The end of the road. Changes in their plans, but I think they're off the road. Tiny Planets in Spain now. Good. That's a little warmer than where she's been in France, and at least she has her van back working after the failed oil pump. Florida, we've got RV Rebel Girl continuing her journeys down there. Inspirational Nomad. Top 3 reasons to stop living in a car. You know what? He's been showing us so much real estate stuff down in Florida. I think he is seriously thinking about getting off the road, you know. All right, full tiny house. Steve and Dana. I was going to call her Emma. I don't know why I was going to call her Emma. Steve and Dana and the kids ripping out the floors, taking care of some, it looks like some yuck. Some yuck down there. They're Yuma, Arizona. Tearing it apart, huh? It's a big issue, water damage in your vehicle. You don't want to be breathing in that moldy stuff. You know, Dana sounds like she's had some congestion issues over the winter. You know, that could very well be some of those mold spores kind of messing up. So anyway, good to get that taken care of there in beautiful Yuma, and of course, yummy, 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 gloppy food. I won't show you this, but we have a happy Valentine's Day from that particular nomad that we don't talk about there in near Phoenix. She used to be a nomad, now she's not really. She just kind of travels around the state to go to Aja's parties whenever Aja has a party, pandemonium. But anyway, we got a picture of her and Kevin, Camper Van Kevin there at the Legion there in the Apache Junction area. Kevin looks pretty good. I'll just say, you know, Kevin looks pretty good. So we don't get any updates on Kevin's condition. We hope all of his health issues are looking upwards. He did mention that he has some procedures that are planned for the future, and the more we hear, the more we'll tell you. But right now, that's all. So happy birthday to you know who, that particular nomad that we don't talk about. We were only born a couple days apart, by the way. You know, both. I was born February 8th, 58. She was born, I think, February 14th or something. And so we're only a week apart. So literally, we're the same exact age. So anyway, lots of February birthdays. Happy birthday. And Kevin, hope you're feeling better. All right, speaking of the nomads we don't talk about, there's another nomad that, what's his name, Derek? I think he's the guy that has the house in Illinois. He's currently down in Florida at Daytona, and there's getting lots of thunderstorms and rain, and the big races have been canceled, so that's it. That's it. You remember that Daytona he had there with Angela M? That was a good one. If you can go find that old video, look it up, because that was a interesting time. Anyway, speaking of Angela M, she has a whole video on her cat. It's a good long video, and it's pretty much talky, but if you're interested in cats and you love cats, it is a must watch. We got Stan the man there, Sasnak, talking about trucking and how to get into the trucking business if that is your decision. Rosie O'Kelly, she's taking a cue from her, I guess, good buddy there. I know they must know each other. She and Dan Bell, they're both from Baltimore. Dan always likes to go and do like parks and cemeteries or park, you know, does abandoned buildings, but he always waits to do it at night. Anyway, the Hotel Cecil after midnight, the notorious, creepy Cecil Hotel. Less junk, more journey. We tested positive. Ooh. A Little House Off Grid. I'm just going to show that, and you can read it. All right. You know, he is the king of clickbait. Maximus Minibus Mary, Schoolie Rebuild, Day 1. Yes. Check that one out. And I had a nice long chat with, I actually was chatting with, you know, you can do this thing on the internet where you chat with people, and we were doing an email chat last night. Some really interesting music we were sharing with all of, with each other. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get into that. There's a very, what is it? It's Purple Mountain. Google Purple Mountain. I believe his name is David Berman. A music channel, and you know, I may do something about this guy on my other channel about a fascinating American poet, musician who tragically is not here anymore. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, it's weird how Google will take you down the rabbit hole. You know, Alice Wonderland kind of down the rabbit hole. I do watch other channels besides Nomads, and one of them was that I do watch is a guy named John Darko from England, who's a fascinating stereophonic guy. He's really into digital audio and all the crazy products. There's a gazillion of these cool products, digital audio products, and I really enjoy his channel anyway. So I don't understand anything he says. All these gizmos he's talking about, hey, they go way over my head. But I do enjoy the channel, and he's passionate about what he talks about. And he also was talking about this David Berman guy in Purple Mountain, and that's an album he's been listening to from 2009, which caused me to do some research on Mr. Berman and go down the rabbit hole. And then I was emailing Maximus Minibus Mary all evening, and we were exchanging music and stuff like that. And it just took me in a very interesting little... took me to a very interesting place last night. Oh, yes. Very other interesting channel here, Mr. Matt and Mr. Che. This is another British dude from Britain. Who's very much into elevators, very much into the technical side of elevators. Not so much just, there's a lot of elevator channels, by the way. Diesel Ducey, that guy in Roanoke, you know, he rides elevators, you know, goes all over the country, all over, and rides elevators, different brands of elevators with his friends. This guy is more of a take the elevators apart and look at the machine rooms, you know, where they actually have the big hoists and stuff that run the elevators and the gizmos and the things. He's like an elevator engineer anyway. He's got a phobia of toilet tanks. Okay, I'm just going to say that. And from his childhood there, apparently they have some scary restrooms there in England, and you go in and there's big tanks up on the walls and you pull the chain and water comes down and he, you know, he's got a phobia. He mentions it. It's a big thing on his channel, and he discusses that and takes the tanks apart and tries to figure out why that caused a strange phobia in his life anyway. So interesting. Here we go. Noel Phillips, one of our favorite airplane rider guys, is flying from Paris to Mexico on Aeromexico. A nice video from him. He is continuing to travel despite the pandemic, although a lot of these flight channels have kind of gone on hold or cut way back on their content. Yeah, good. Again, my channel I always like is direct weather, historic weather forecast. Look at this. Snow in Texas, big snowstorm up through all the way through the Ohio into Pennsylvania, into Canada. Ice storm there for parts of Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia. Here in the South, we're just going to get some heavy rain. North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, lots of rain. So poor old Derek probably will not be seeing too many of those cars going around the tracks. If you like weather locally, this guy Brad Panovich is a local weathercaster on the NBC station here in the Charlotte area, and he does a wonderful video, regular videos on the local weather here, especially here in beautiful Morganton, North Carolina. So I'm enjoying that channel a lot. And I think I get more views than he does, so. Hey, everybody, that ought to do it for today. It is Monday, the 15th of February. Happy birthday to Camper Carol. Happy President's Day in the United States. No mail, the banks are all closed. And happy Family Day up there in Canada. Spend some indoor time with your family up there in snowy Canada. Watch some, go watch some Van City Van Life and Foresty Forest up in snowy Canada for the Canadians. All right, folks, that ought to do it. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Vlog under.